It's been 2 years like never before for Victorian Certificate of Education students who have this morning received their Year 12 results and that all-important ATAR score for those going on to further studies. Joining me live now is Jack Ward, a 2021 Year 12 student. Jack's also a journalist at the local Ararat paper. Jack, good to see you. Thanks for your time. It's a big day. We all remember the nerves surrounding this day. How are you feeling? How'd you go?
Yeah, feeling really good, Ash, really good. It's great to finally have the results after such a disrupted 2 years, really, of senior school. So it's good to be able to sit back now, take that breath in and move on to the next chapter, knowing that that one's behind me.
Do you feel a bit ripped off that that Year 12 experience was so tarnished by COVID? I mean, it is such a crucial year and your cohort has had to do it so differently this year.
We have, and the biggest difficulty has been the social side of Year 12. For a lot of people, that is the funnest part. It's a stressful year. There's a lot of exams, a lot of assessments throughout the year, and you do look forward to those social elements to get you through. So it has been challenging, but at Ararat College, which is where I've spent my secondary school, we've really rallied around each other, and that's definitely the sentiment I've got from across the state as well. I think as a whole cohort, the 50,000 of us have really stuck by each other and made sure that in those difficult times, we've been able to support one another and understand that throughout this 12 months or really 24 months, we've all had our lows and our highs and been able to support each other during those lows in particular.
Jack, you're obviously already working, you've got a job as a journalist, good for you getting out there so quickly. Have you found, though, that a lot of the cohort are getting straight into jobs or further studies, that the idea of a gap year has essentially disappeared because the overseas travel options are just so limited?
Yeah, it's interesting, particularly being regional. I think a lot of students do look to stay kind of regional for at least a year, perhaps save up some money and then head to the city for a more expensive lifestyle, I suppose. But I think it's fascinating that I think it's becoming more and more apparent that an ATAR and that number that you get at the end of Year 12 isn't the be-all and end-all. It doesn't define you. We hear that so often, but it is so true. So I think a lot of students are looking at other options this year and perhaps still heading to uni, but looking at a way it might take a little longer to get there, but in the end, they will get to where they want to go. And as you say, gap years, a lot of people will be just heading straight into the workforce and moving on to employment.